guess what? Part 2, Agan ti jáde o. Yes, Agan part 2 is finally out, and let me burst your bubble immediately. It is not what you expected. It is not what I expected. It is not what we were expected. Not in a good way, oh. I was expecting, showdown between Sanyeri, Odunlade, and whoever Sanyeri wanted to, hire, according to the snippets that we saw on IG. You understand now? But this part 2, there was no showdown. There was no plenty showdown. In fact, we actually saw less of Sanyeri in part 2, more of the other village, the Idagiri. Yeah, that's just it. And the more of Imade and, the Omoba and Omobalogu. That's just it, honestly speaking. And for the fact that it was like that, Odumio, and the part 2 was not totally good. It just seemed like they rushed it, like our fans are expecting part 2. That was what it looked like, because so many things are wrong with this part 2, and it is just halfway there compared to the part 1 of Agan that we watched. Yes, just a few parts that I really liked. Oh yes, and before I continue, kindly click on that subscribe button to be a part of my channel, please. And yes, click on the bell button so whenever a new video drops, I'll be here to let you know. I know you like this video, so click on the like button. I swear it will not cost you anything. Like the video. Thank you. Okay, so before I actually talk about the good part and the bad part of Agan, let me talk about some scenes that I like. You see this particular scene, me, I like her. Like, all the way I don't like they acted there. Although it was like they brought in part 1 small from there. And then, boom. Now, remember that was where part 1 ended. And then, when he went to Afi at the beginning of the part 2, I liked the way he was threatening Sanyeri. But back then, this guy is good. After I parọ́ fúnra wa lókun, let's not lie to each other. No, Odunlade is one of those good, great actors, Yoruba actors out there. So, that's just it for me. Let's talk about the movie. Okay, the good part of this movie. Yes, the first thing is the fact that they maintained the storyline. They maintained it. I was really glad about it, because some Yoruba movies by part 2, they just lost touch. Everything just scattered. Yes. So the fact that, okay, there is a big issue between Balogun and the Oba Ilu, yes, it's still there. I like that part. Then the second thing is the fact that you remember that there is one Ilu, Idagiri tó ń bájà. Exactly. And then Ayegun, I said that, okay, after all the parts, we were unable to tell us the relationship between Ayegun and the second Ilu of Idagiri. And guess what? They did in part 2. That is one thing I like about it. And another thing is their costuming. Ooh, you see all those Ashoke that is rocking, yeah, they actually did well with it. I love the costuming. The costuming is decent enough, and I so much love it. Another thing I like about this particular movie is the Agbekale àwọn Yoruba. I understand it's a Yoruba movie, of course. What do we expect? No, now what do we expect? Yes, so I like the their fluency with the Yoruba language. Now let's talk about the bad part of this movie. In as much as I like the part 1 of this movie, like I said, it's this part 2 is just halfway there. The first thing is that they rushed the movie. See the sounding, wow, that sound of the movie. At a point, the background song kò bọ́ sí background mọ́, òun là ń gbọ́ nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. Not like they don't want us to hear the conversation. No. Yeah, they wanted us to hear, but that one was like an absolute disaster. Another part is the fact that, still talking about the sounding, if you watch this movie, there are some parts that kàn round kò tiẹ̀ yé wa kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé microphone tó ń lò ní ò dá ní abẹ́dítọ̀ ní ò ṣe dáadáa tó kàn round ní. Ṣé wá rí pabambari part ibi tó dùn mí níbi tó ní sound ìdè yìí? Is this which part? I don't get it. Ṣé wọ́n mú àwọn àjẹ́ lọ ni? Ṣé wọ́n mú àwọn ìyá mi ẹlẹ́yẹ lọ ni? Àbí orin táwọn ìyá mi ẹlẹ́yẹ gbọ́ inú ọpọlọ wọn ló wà dáadáa? I just see boom boom. God, like they rushed the movie and they missed so many important things in this movie. Another thing about this movie that I really don't like, I saw it in part 1, but I just feel, let me goju, but I can't goju again. Yes, come to think of it, the casting is nice, so I tried to just goju, but Arami Ogbamo, so I just had to say it. The Princess Imade Wumi Ajiboye, honestly, is the wrong cast. I'm not saying she's not good, though. She's good, but she's not looking like the young princess. Maybe somebody that is not as old as she is already, you know. Toba Lobi Eyobi, Bùkúnmi Olúwaṣínà, you know, that would have been nice. I'm not talking about the fact that she doesn't know how to act it. Of course, the scripting is nice, but just her stature and her look, yeah, her face. So that's just it for me for the casting. And then the costuming. Yes, the costuming is decent, you know, but you see this vampirism costuming, I don't get it. What in God's name is this? Kilele. God, like, what is this? I don't understand. They cannot use another something else for the idagiri. Idagiri in Yoruba does not really have a meaning, except, you know, you have to look at the context that it is being used in. So they could have used something else. Like, what is this? In my mind, I was like, okay, kilele, bye. And the funniest thing is that ever since I've been in primary school, secondary school to the university, mind you, I love reading Yoruba literature a lot. And guess what, my dad too. I was sabi Yoruba person. Shout out to my dad. So láti just let me man sọ ìtàn fún mi, or you know, folklores, folk tales, or whatever that they are called, Yoruba story as a whole. Mi ò gbọ́ ìtàn vampirism ní ilẹ̀ Yoruba rí, like. So this one I don't understand. And okay, fine. They are relating a Yoruba story, locally Yoruba story. So I don't think they should have brought in the vampirism, which is not our thing. And if they are going to bring the vampirism in, they should get the costuming right at least. You know what I'm trying to say. But the costuming was absolute disaster. This, oh God, what is this? Another bad part for me is this woman's part. The editing was just out of it. From look at her on that roof. What exactly is it? Just as you are surprised, I was surprised. Those are the bad parts and the ugly parts for me. I've combined it together. And yes, the subtitling, I won't really say the subtitling is bad, because they actually did a good job with the subtitling. They tried. They were not trying to interpret proverbs or maybe Ashayan Yoruba, all those ways and code. They didn't bother to interpret them. They just, you know, made it quite simple enough. So I would say that the subtitling is a bit good. That's just it about this movie. So that's just it for me. And then the rating, yes, I'll be rating this part 2 a 6/10, since the, you know, the bad parts and the ugly parts actually outweigh the good parts of this movie. So I'm rating the 6/10. Just go ahead and watch it. And we talk about what to expect in part 3 of Agan. Yeah, part 3, expectations of Agan. Okay, now this is where the part 2 ended. Not a very, you know, cliffhanger, but it's manageable anyways. Okay, so now I don't understand this Bendu guy. You know, Odunlade was telling him that until he went to Babode. Like, excuse me, what is that? Okay, he tried killing the Balogun, and there's one thing that actually this Bendu guy know, like, probably never thought of, or guy to get Balogun. You sabi how powerful this man is. But anyways, you know, owo ati ipò kò sí kan tí ò lè ṣe. So he tried killing Odunlade, but Papa no die. Okay, so everybody knows Bendu will definitely die in part 3. There is no escaping that. And then what is going to happen to Odunlade? I think it's going to be a total showdown, and I pray they bring it to us. Please don't hold it back. Give it to us the way we want it. Yes, a showdown between Odunlade and Sanyeri. And honestly speaking, Obiri, I don't want to say Obiri relation, because me too, I'm a woman. But honestly speaking, it's as if Sanyeri ti ṣe nìkan rí tó wá jẹ́ pé ipa ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà ti fẹ́ yọ sí. He himself, he interpreted the dream as, okay, maybe the deities, the Awalalele, they are not supporting him fighting Balogun. But no, the wife was saying, Ọba niyin, Balogun, blah blah blah, and so like that. And it is doing he wants to go and fight Balogun. I know the deities are not in support of the king. I know the king tried to assassinate Balogun, and in fact wanted to give the position of Balogun to ordinary Eru Tokosodi Olori Esho. You understand? So, like, you know, Oti Dimeji, Iketa wanted to kill off. He was not even on his right. Like, excuse me. Coach Baba Elo tell you, and to de she wa lati gba yi ni. So, also, the second ìlú of, you know, Idagiri. So I can't wait to see what is going to happen. if you can remember the story that they said what really caused the dagger of a thing was when they used two lovers, when they actually sacrificed them and then they placed curse on that ilu. Now that Omobalogun and Omoba Imade are there, what is going to happen? I understand Omobalogun, you know, would probably help them in killing those guys that already have the dagiri. But what if at the end of the day, the Ifa says that they should sacrifice two lovers again? What are they going to do? Are they going to die? Are they going to survive this thing? And what is going to happen to Balogun? What will be the end of Sanyeri, who is waging war against Balogun on top Asha Ile won? All these are what I am expecting in part 3, and hopefully they do not disappoint us and tell us that there's part 4. I've never heard of part 4 Yoruba movie, so I believe they are going to round it up in part 3. And then while we wait for part 3, yes, click on the subscribe button, the bell button, so when the part 3 is out, I'll be here to let you know. Ẹ̀yin tèmi, part 3 ti jáde o, ẹ já lọ wò. Yes, that's just it. And yes, we've come to the end of today's movie review with Alice TV. Till I see you some other time. Bye.